Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara and I'm so happy that you are here today because today we are having Orilium Autumn Equinox vlog 2. It is now Monday, August 7th, 10:30 in the evening, and today was the first day back in the office, back at work after 4 weeks of vacation. So it was a pretty tough day, but you know, what you usually do first day back after vacation is you just talk to your colleagues about the vacation. All the colleagues also had vacations, so it was just, we were just talking about where everyone was and experiences and pictures and videos. So it was pretty easy day, but still it was first day, so it wasn't very cheerful. But after work we went to a library because I had a couple reservations to pick up, and so I want to share with you. So I got One Piece volume 1, and I never read One Piece, I never seen One Piece, I never read manga, but I decided it's finally time to try it out because everybody's talking about it, everybody's loving One Piece, and it's perfect for a readathon. So I finally got it. I'm going to read it. This is a black and white one, so that's going to be interesting. I haven't read many like comic books black and white, so this is going to be a new, and it also reads backwards, which I've never read a book like that, so excited about this one. The second book I got, this is not the book for the readathon, or not the book I plan to read in this readathon, but I just wanted to get it. Maybe I'll get to it, I don't know. But it is Furthermore by Tahereh Mafi. This is a middle grade book, first in a series. And I got this one because before vacation we went to a library to get some books for book clubs, and there was this beautiful book called Witchwood, and so I took it. But it is the second in a series, so I want to get the first one as well. So now I have the first one. I can read this one. I think it is Alice in Wonderland retelling, which I'm not a big fan of the original story, but maybe I will like this one, so we will see. But the cover of this one is also pretty cool, but going to read this one. It's a middle grade, so it's pretty quick. Third book I got is Eldest by Christopher Paolini. This is the second book in the Inheritance series. This is for the read along with Sasha Patreon, and I haven't read the first book yet, Eragon, but I do plan to. It is on my TBR this month, so we will see if I get to it. It is a big one. That one is 700 pages. This one is a little bit less, but it is bigger pages. But that one is 700 pages, but small pages. So we'll see if I get to that one, but I really want to. And this one I reserved before I even got the first one as well. So I was just hoping, I was just optimistic that I would read the first one and be ready for the second one. I'm not, but we'll see. So I got this one, and then I get two books that are part of this TBR of Orilium, and I definitely going to read them during this Orilium, and I feel like these are absolutely perfect, and I can't believe that I still haven't read them. But it is the Tea Dragon Society and the Tea Dragon Festival, and I have also the third one reserved, but that one hasn't come through yet, so I'm waiting for that one. And I think there is only 3 of them in the series, I'm not sure. But ow, my hair. But it is about tea dragons, and I love tea and I love dragons. Hello, why haven't I read it? Going to. I have no idea, but what it's about. It's about tea dragons, but the end papers are beautiful. There is little teapots, love it. And then it looks really cute, don't you think? It's gonna be really cute, quick read. Look at the illustrations, so pretty. Yeah, so got these books. So excited to read all of them. Now to update you what I'm currently reading. Actually, I am currently reading Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers. This is the third book in the Wayfarers series, and this is for the prompt Animal Studies Pet Pick. And yeah, this is very much character-driven book. There is not much plot, and I absolutely love it. The writing is great, the characters are great, the world is amazing, and I just love the little piece of life of these people rather than some wild plot or something. So I'm really excited about this one. Really love it. I am currently 210 pages in, so just over halfway through. And the other book I'm reading, I'm actually listening to it on audiobook. It is Untamed by Glennon Doyle. There I'm about halfway through. That one is for shape-shifting. That one is for the prompt random color generator. and I got purple, so I picked Untamed. And that one is a non-fiction about basically kind of a memoir, but also self-help book. Would we call it that? I don't know. But basically she's sharing her wisdom with women and trying to free them from their own chains that they put on themselves, because that's what society expects. That's basically the book. I don't like everything about it. There are some great things, there are some not so great things, but yeah, I'll see how I like it when I finish it. Then I can give you a more expensive review. So that's what's going on right now. This is going to be a pretty tough week because it is first week back at work after vacation, and then on Friday we are going to Gothenburg, where we are going to Henrik's cousin's wedding. So we are going for a wedding this weekend, and it's just really exciting. I am really curious because I've never been to a Swedish wedding before, so it's gonna be fun. So that's the plan. I'm a bit worried that I won't get much read that weekend, which probably is true. I will have to catch up later, so we'll see. But yeah, that's it for now, and I'll talk to you later. It is now Thursday morning. It is 8:30 a.m. and I'm working from home today, so I can just relax in the morning and film this intro because I didn't have time to film anything yesterday or talk to you yesterday because we went to the office, and then afterward we went to town to buy some things for the wedding. And I will show you what I got, because then we got some gifts for the wedding couple. But you know, I can't show you that, but I can show you some other things that I got. And then we got home at like 7 p.m. and it was time to have dinner. And then at the 8 was Denise's book club discussion for the How to Ruin Your Summer book. And so we discussed that. We also discussed Lumberjane, so both of the group books that I talked to you in the previous vlog. Actually, I read them in the previous vlog, so I told you my opinions on that one there. But yeah, we had the discussion yesterday. It was a lot of fun. It was the last official Camp Enchanted event, and it's just so sad that Camp Enchanted is over, because I just loved how everybody was active on Discord, and it really felt like we were together all the time. And now it's over, or it's just a little bit sad, but that's okay, we move on. So after that live show, then I was listening to audiobook. I was listening to Untamed for about 50 pages of it, and we moved a little bit in there. We are now talking about political issues as well, which I did not see coming, but all right, we'll see where that goes. That's pretty much what happened yesterday, not that much, but let me show you what I got from the store. Basically, what I needed was, I got a dress before vacation. It's a dress around the neck, like it ties around the neck, and then the shoulders are naked. And I needed something to cover the shoulders, you know, like kind of like a sweater or kind of like a jacket or something to cover the shoulders, because the wedding is in church, first of all. So need to, you know, cover shoulders. And also, it's gonna be cold probably, because it's gonna be maybe 15 degrees and raining. So I assume I'll be cold with just naked shoulders. So something to keep warmer as well. So I went to search for something and I got something. Okay, I think this is okay for now, just to show you the things that I got. So first I got this one, and the dress is dark blue. So I was a bit worried, like what color should I get? Like I can't get white because wedding. But I found this, and you can just put it, wait, I'm gonna take this blanket away to not distract us. I can just put it around myself like this, and it's really like really pretty material. It's very soft, and then here is a little button, so if you boop, it's like you created yourself some sleeve. And yeah, it's really nice. I really like it actually. So I got this, so we'll see. I don't know if it's gonna exactly go with the dress, but I just like this one. I think it will fit just fine. But so I have this. I hope it won't be, you know, too cold or something. But I got this, and then just not for the wedding, but because I just saw it there and I thought it was really cute. And I need a sweater because I had a black sweater before, but it was very old, so I can't wear it to office anymore. But this one doesn't have buttons in the front, but it has, it's like this length, and yeah, I really like this one. So it's just a simple black sweater, and that's it. That's what I got. Tomorrow morning we are leaving for the wedding. Tomorrow at probably like 8:30 a.m. we have to leave, going to Gothenburg by car, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So that's it for the update now, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. Okay, it's now later in the day. It is 5:30 and I just finished listening to Untamed. I was able to listen to it during work. This was also recommended to me by Leslie at Leslie Loves Reading for my 12 books to read in 2023. I will not give it further as a recommendation. I was not a big fan of this book. It is very feminist, but it goes into all different kinds of topics. It is basically kind of like a memoir, but also guide for other women how to free themselves from the restraints of the society and to listen to their inner self and to basically do what makes them happy, regardless of what the society expects of them. Which, as a message, as a simple message, it's okay. I don't mind. There is definitely something to it, but I feel like it wasn't done very carefully. She was basically just giving advice to women based on her life, and that just doesn't work. It never works. And she has lots of issues that she seemingly has solved over the years, so now she's able to tell all these women how to deal with their problems, while at the same time I just can't stand the woman. She's super judgy, she is very selfish, she's not a good mother. There are so many parts where I was like, are you really saying this? Like, if you think it, it's one thing. Like, maybe think it, go through it in your head and try to be a better mother. But to actually write it in a book so everybody can read, you are such a... not a bad mother, but not the mother I would want. For example, just to give you an example, one of her daughters was doing sports when she was a kid, and she decided, and Glennon decided that we're gonna do it only recreationally for them to be active, but nothing to make them like professional or anything to like actually give them a big, you know, sports base or something. So they used to go to gymnastics, I think, or athletics. And at one point the coach comes to the mom and tells her, your daughter actually has a great potential. We would like her on our team. And she's like, oh, okay, time to change sports, because I'm not gonna be coming here 3 times a week for her practices, and I'm not going to be losing my weekends just so my daughter can go to her gym class. And I'm sorry, if that is your real reasoning, keep it to yourself. Don't tell everyone you are a horrible mother. I hated that so much. And there are a couple other instances like that, but this is just like, how selfish of you. I don't get it. But okay. So that was one thing, and then another thing, she just kind of comes across very arrogant, like she knows better than everybody else. She is better at everything than everybody else. And it just didn't come across to me at all. Like, again, I can appreciate some of the messages, but as a book as a whole, I did not like it. I would not recommend. I mean, it was fun to listen to. It was narrated by Glennon Doyle herself, and it was well done, but I just didn't like the book. I didn't like it. I gave it 2 stars because It was fun to listen to. It was written easily. There was another thing I didn't like. We were jumping between different plot points in her life, and it was never like, sometimes it wasn't clear where we are. And so then I was like, wait, but was this before you left him or like what's happening? Could have done a bit more editing work there. But overall, I mean, it wouldn't have saved it anyway, but just a little comment there. Yeah, so that one I gave 2 stars. And moving on, I am reading Records of a Spaceborne Few, and I am on page now 312. I have this much left, like 50 pages, so I think I want to finish this today. There are also Cleo's sprints tonight in 1.5 hours, so I think this will be my task for the sprints. Yeah, I did my nails also. I just did a simple French manicure. It's not really beautiful. Yeah, I still need to clean. I still need to clean this, but I'm gonna wait until it dries, then it's easier to just tip it off when it dries, and then I wash my hands, and then it's easier to take it off because I don't have the pen right now to undo it. So we'll have to wait with that, but otherwise I've done my French manicure, and it's, you know, not professional, but I think it's cute to be ready for the wedding on Saturday. And yeah, that's the plan for now, to go read this, to go finish this, and then tomorrow I can start more books. So tomorrow we are gonna spend about 5 hours in the car, so I'm thinking of getting an audiobook. And since now I finished this one, I need to get a new one, and I think we'll go for Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang. And I don't know, I think it's like 8 hours long, so if I listen to it to 1.5 or something, maybe I could even listen to the entire book during the journey, but probably not, because people will want to talk or whatever, so I'm not gonna be able to listen the entire 5 hours, but at least some chunk of it I hope I will get done. So that is the plan, so I will talk to you later. Okay, it is now 10:30 p.m. and I just now finished Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers. And yeah, again, she did it again, the same as Long Way to Small Angry Planet. It was amazing. So I don't know, I just want to hug this book and just keep hugging it forever. It was definitely better than the second book in the series. The second one was still good, but not the same. This one had spice, not the sexy spice, just spice. That doesn't mean anything, does it? There is not much of a plot. We follow as the characters grow over the years, but there is no particular plot we are following, no goal we are trying to achieve. It's really just following these characters and learning about the ship, and learning about the ship they live on which they escaped from Earth after Earth was no longer inhabitable. And yeah, meeting different species and different people of different ages were the main characters. It did take a little darker turn at one point, not necessarily like dark turn, but there was something that happened that I didn't expect, and that just pushed the book even further for me. I'm not sure it's quite 5 stars, but it very well might be. I haven't run it through Copal, but amazing. I have already reserved the 4th book in the series for September, so I hope I'll get to that one in September. It is The Galaxy and Ground Within, and it's the last book in the series. And I just know I will want to buy these books at one point. Like, I want to own these. They are, first of all, the covers are beautiful, but also the books themselves are beautiful. And I can't really tell you that much because really there is no plot. We are just following these characters as they grow, whether they are taking care of their family, or there is a kid taking school exams and deciding what to do with his life, or there is this old woman who is working in the archives and is trying to pass her knowledge to the newer generation. It was amazing, seriously. Like, I just loved it. It's just oh, this is the kind of book I love. And yeah, it is now time to go pick the next book, and it's gonna be again for The Well From Droid and for Animal Studies, because it's a book that I was supposed to return to library halfway through July. Couldn't prolong it anymore, So I'm gonna pay lots of money for this book. Would have been cheaper maybe to buy it by now. But definitely need to read this book. And so tomorrow we are going to Gothenburg. So I'm gonna bring this because on the way back we are taking train. So I'll be able to start this one and read this one. And so going to read One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This was G's Patreon book club for July, but I never got to it, so I want to get to it now. I think it is adult. I'm actually not sure still. Could be young adult, could be adult. Gothic? I don't know if it's gothic book about this woman who has a monster in her head. And this monster slowly starts taking over her mind, and there might be some romance in it or something like that. And people are really enjoying it. So I'm really curious to see what this one brings. But this is my next read. Yeah, and this one is for animal studies, as I mentioned, for the prompt debut book. And I also started listening to Yellowface. I am about 10% through, and so far, like, the beginning was very strong. I don't know what you think. I don't know where it's going, but the beginning is strong. I'm not saying I like it, but it is strong and I want to know what happens next. So we'll see how that one goes. And the yellow phase is for, I don't remember which class it was, but the prompt was a random letter generator and the letter was Y. So I picked yellow phase on audiobook. That's the update for today. Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Oh. Hello.
Hello. Testing hairstyles for the wedding. I have my personal hairstylist. So the first attempt looks like this. There I can feel some things peeking out or whatever, but not too bad. This is not the final result or how I'm gonna have it tomorrow, but for a first try, not too bad. Okay, it is now Friday evening, 9:30-ish.
Oh.
And we are in a hotel in Gothenburg. And I have absolutely zero updates otherwise because I was supposed to, or I wanted to listen to audiobook in the car, but first half of the journey pretty much was football, the Women World Cup football. Sweden was playing quarterfinals against Japan, and so we were listening to it on radio. And then the second half, I don't know, I just got a bit sleepy or whatever and just didn't feel like listening to audiobook, so I didn't listen to anything or like to any audiobook in the car. So I read 0 pages so far today. And yeah, when we got here, we had dinner with some family, you could say, family members. And that's pretty much it. That's the day. And so now I'm going to take a shower to kind of, you know, so I don't have to take it tomorrow morning, because tomorrow morning I need to start preparing for the wedding. And then make tea and just settle down and read is the plan. Anyway. Hi, it is now Sunday morning. It is almost 12, so we are just about to check out of the hotel. I didn't talk to you yesterday at all because it was whole like super busy day, the wedding day, and I have a haul of one picture from the whole day. No videos and only one picture. So I was really just in the moment. Didn't take any pictures or videos, but I think Henrik did take some, so maybe I can show some pictures at least. We'll see. And yeah, I still have makeup from yesterday. I didn't take it off yesterday evening, which I should have, but oh well, that's what we're rolling with today. And now we are going to check out, and the train is 4:30, so we have 4.5 hours in town before the train goes. So the plan is to go to some bookshops that are my favorite bookshops in Stockholm, and they also have a store here in Gothenburg. So we're going to check them out, and when I check where they are, like if they're maybe some far away from the center or something, they're very much in the center, and both of them are right next to each other, like right next to each other. So we're gonna go check both of them probably if we have time. So hopefully I'll be able to show you little clips from there. We'll see. But yeah, that's the plan now. Reading wise, I didn't read almost at all. On Friday evening we just didn't end up doing anything that I said we would, just went to sleep. And then in the morning yesterday I read about 14 pages of One Dark Window. Started really strange, and I felt like maybe this is not the book for me and I might struggle with it during the readathon, so might not be the best book. But then some cards came in, some magical cards, and suddenly I'm in, like, tell me more. But then that's when we had to go. So I only read like one page on when the cards started to be described. So I don't know if there's some like main point of the book or something, the magical cards, but that sounds really cool. So yeah, gonna try to read more of that on the train today. We have, how long is the train? 4 hours? 3 hours. If everything goes smooth, but there are floods and everything, so we will see what happens. But yeah, that's a reading update. I have absolutely didn't read anything, so I'm very much behind right now. But next weekend we are home, no big plans, so now there are plans, reading plans. But yeah, let's go book shopping. Monday lunchtime approximately. It's 1 p.m. I'm working from home, and so I thought I would just film this update and wrap up the vlog during the lunchtime, because why not? Trying to be productive. So I didn't talk to you yesterday evening because I was just too tired. I started falling asleep at like 9 p.m. I was super duper tired. We didn't sleep for a couple nights before, and very eventful day on Saturday. So it was a lot. And so I was just too tired to talk to you yesterday, but I have some updates. First of all, on the way home in the train, it didn't take that much longer than it was supposed to. It was supposed to take 3 hours. It took 3.5 hours. There were some delays because of floods on the rail tracks. We had to stand at one point for about 20 minutes waiting for other trains to pass and stuff. But otherwise, it went fine. And on the train, I read 14 pages of One Dark Window. Then I start to fall asleep because, as I said, very tired. So I wasn't able to read more than that, but now I'm 28 pages in, which is just a little dent. I mean, you can see there that much in. But there apparently is magical cards, and that is so exciting. And yeah, I'm curious where it's gonna go, but now I'm really intrigued and I want to know more about this one. But that's how far I got this week. Unfortunately, not more than that. However, when I started falling asleep reading this one, I switched to audiobook. I switched to Yellowface while doing some painting by numbers on my phone. And I listened to Yellowface, and then I also listened to Yellowface in the evening when we got home, and I was starting to get tired, but Henrik was watching football. So I waited until the football was over. In the meantime, I was listening to audiobook and doing diamond painting. And I got to almost half point of the book. And for that, I have some opinions. So far, I'm not as annoyed by it as I was by the Poppy War or Babel. So that's a positive. But overall, I am pretty annoyed by the book. Like, the main character is made to be very unlikable and very annoying and a horrible person. And that definitely comes across. But just overall, it's a little bit confusing. It's a little bit contradictory. And I'm not always sure what she's trying to portray. So it's like really trying to do this nuanced conversation around publishing and race and privilege and these things, but it just doesn't fall through. It has some similarities to Babel, where you can feel how Rebecca Kwang is trying to bring forth her opinions and critiquing the society while being very condescending and kind of making the reader feel like she thinks they're stupid, kind of thing. But I'm only halfway through, so we'll see what happens in the second half. But so far, I mean, I can't say I'm disappointed because I went in not expecting much, since I'm not that big a fan of Kwang's writing. But if I didn't talk about what it's about, it is about two friends who are both authors. One of them is, I think, American Chinese, living in America, doesn't speak Chinese, and is very successful young writer, while the other one, the main character that we follow the story of, because it's being told in her point of view and in first person, she is white and not quite as successful. And one day they just hang out, they go out, they get drunk. The Asian, very successful author ends up dying, and this white friend steals her manuscript. She basically had this entire book already written, and she decided to take the manuscript, and, you know, in her head, she just tried to justify stealing the manuscript by saying that it needs to be published. And she's doing this amazing thing for her friend where she's finishing the book and publishing it, but she publishes it under her name. She never says that it's actually her, like the friend's manuscript, and she just kind of like finished it up, so it would be kind of cooperation. But now she takes it for her own, and then she gets some backlash and so on and so forth. I think for what it's trying to do, this fact of stealing is throwing the entire conversation off in my eyes. It's stealing the thunder completely from the conversation that needs to be had, in my eyes. But maybe I'll talk to you about it more after I finish the book, when I have more thoughts on the whole of the book. So we'll see. But there I am halfway through. And it's fun to listen to. It's like, you know, really quick read as well. Then other things that happened, I did not read more than that, but we went to the bookstores. And the sci-fi bookshop in Göteborg is amazing. It's huge. It's so big. And they have a coffee shop there inside where you can just borrow a game and play a game while having coffee. Most of the things on the menu are vegetarian or vegan. The menu is written all like these references to different fictional characters and books and everything. And it's just so much fun. I absolutely loved it. I'm like, I want to go there every day. The Stockholm store needs to step up. That was the best bookstore I've ever been in, probably. One of them for sure. Amazing. And then we went to the English bookshop, which was not as much fun. It is more literary focused, like literary fiction focused. So less books I'm willing to buy, because with literary fiction, it's more hit or miss for me. And so those I tend to borrow from library more than actually buy. But I did buy a couple books. I could not help myself and I did buy. In sci-fi bookshop, there I went in with 2 books in mind that I wanted to buy, and I did find them and I did get them. So those I have absolutely like, yes, those I definitely wanted. So the first one is The Galaxy and the Ground Within by Becky Chambers. This is the 4th and last book in the Wayfarers series, where I just finished the 3rd book earlier this week. I think it was in this vlog, wasn't it? So I went and bought the last one, and I don't have any of the previous ones. Previous ones I borrowed from the library, so I have only the last book in the series right now. But I loved all of them, and I just want them, and I love the covers, so I bought this one. And then I bought the other book that I haven't read by Becky Chambers, and it is To Be Told If Fortunate. And this is really short. It's like 130 pages or something. I'm really not sure what it's about. I think it's about humans leaving Earth, but trying, instead of like escaping it, they're trying to rebuild it somehow. I'm not sure actually, but really excited to read this one. Also really pretty cover. So those are the 2 books I got in Sci-Fi Bookshop. Super excited. And then I got 2 books in the English bookshop. One of them I never heard of before, and the other one I wanted last year already, but they didn't have it in the store. But now they had it, so I got it because I just really wanted it. So the first one, the one that I never heard of before, is Scattered All Over the Earth by Yoko Tawada. I really like the cover. I think it's really like the illustration. So cute. It's really pretty. And this is apparently, yeah, Japan has vanished into the sea, remembered only as the land of sushi, and Hiruko thinks she might be the last Japanese person left alive. Then she hears word of Susanoo, a mysterious man who may be her last chance to once again hear the sounds of her native tongue. Together with a band of newfound friends, she sets out in pursuit of what's left of her homeland. And so, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. It has Earth in the title. And it's short, so it's like 210 approximately pages, 215, which is shorter than the book I have currently on my Orilium TBR for Earth. I have the Uninhabitable Earth book, which is non-fiction, and it is short, it is 240 pages, but those books I tend to annotate and things like this, so that can take longer time, so I was a little bit worried. But then I found this one, short book, really interesting topic, and it has Earth in the title, so I think I'm gonna switch the Uninhabitable Earth on my TBR for this one, Scattered All Over the Earth. So this I'm going to be reading very soon, hopefully. And then the last book I got is Thistlefoot. That's a hard word to say. Thistlefoot by Jenna Rose Nedocott. And this is a fantasy based on, I think it's Slavic folklore, but it's mixed with the Jewish folklore as well, from what I learned. And it's a bit chunkier one, it's about 400 pages, but I really like the cover. It had great reviews, the ones that I read, and I am really curious about Slavic retellings, they're always fun. So, got 4 books in the bookstores yesterday, and I definitely need to read them, want to read them. And that's basically it. The last thing to do is to wrap up the vlog, so tell you how I did this week and how I'm doing overall in the Orilium. So it's time to look at how I did this week. So This week I read total of 523 pages, which makes it 74 pages a day, which is not much at all considering how many books are on my TBR this month. However, we were away this weekend, so I definitely expected not to read much these days, even though yesterday I read a bit. I read 135 pages, so I got a little bit chunk in, but it did not cover everything I didn't read before. So it's not going great. And then when we look at the statistics of how much I've read so far in the readathon, I've read 34% so far of all the books I want to read for this readathon, and it's already almost halfway through the readathon, 47%. So I am very much behind, and I'm getting a little bit worried that I might not make it. However, there are still 3 graphic novels that I want to read and 1 manga. So those, I believe, will still make it a little bit easier on me to get through them. However, the priority is The Wild from Druid. So I will be focusing on those books instead of the Beastmaster and Dragon Riding License, but we will see. And definitely will do my best for the rest of the readathon. Also, this weekend, we don't have anything planned really, so I will spend the entire weekend reading. That is the plan. And also, I think it's gonna be the 24-hour readathon with G this weekend, so that will definitely inspire me and motivate me to read a bit more. So maybe I'll catch up a little bit this week, we'll see. But to also have a little bit more visual representation of how I'm doing, for Wild from Druid, I have read 4 books so far. I am reading 2 more right now, so I'm halfway through the one and started another one. And then I have 6 books left, out of which 1 is graphic novel and 1 is manga. So it's still doable. It's still doable. I believe in myself, but I am a little worried. Then if we look at the Beastmaster, there I didn't make any progress this week, but I did switch the Uninhabitable Earth for Scattered All Over the Earth. And we'll see what happens with the Aragon. We'll see about that. And so that is the visual representation of the progress. I am not doing as well as I hoped so, but the rest of the month should be really just like focused on reading, because this beginning was we were traveling a lot and everything was happening. So the rest of the month is more calm. So I hope I'm gonna get lots of reading done from now on. And yeah, with that, I would like to wrap up this vlog. So in the comments below, please let me know how you're doing, if you are joining the readathon, if you are on track or if you already finished everything, how it's going for you. If you like this video, like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos either. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!